Guys, welcome back to Crunch Time, the show you get the best NBA DFS picks each and every day. Today we have a nice 4-game slate here, joined as always with Chris. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Excited for the slate here. 4 games, so it's definitely going to be a little bit shorter. Hopefully I can still find some contests here today, but yeah, less games usually mean less people play.
Oh, that's why you mean less contest. I had a question yesterday, actually. T-Bay slid through the DMs. He was asking about the 4-game slates. We've talked about this before, but just wondering, like, bankroll management strategy. I know we've brought this up before, but just in case anyone new is here, new listening, but just in terms of bankroll management, Chris, 4-game slates, maybe slates that are super chalky. Everyone's going to have the same lineup, maybe if it's like an obvious build. Do you approach that any differently than, I don't know, like a 6-game, 7-game slate?
I don't know. We've kind of been lucky this year. Like, we've had a ton of games, like, pretty much every night. We haven't had a 4-game slate in a while. Like, in a normal year, we have, like, 2 4-game slates, maybe, like, 1 4-game slate, 1 3-game slate every week. So I feel like we haven't had one in a while. But with that being said, I think 4 games, I'm still completely fine with it. When it gets down to, like, 2, maybe 3, that's when it's more of a question. But 4 games, I'm still fine with it. We have some pretty good games here. We only have one game that doesn't look great in terms of Vegas with the high spread, which is the Phoenix and Sacramento game. So yeah, I'm fine with like a 4-game slate. I still treat it the same way.
Yeah, and then I guess the chalky thing, like if the slate seems very chalky, like say all the value is super obvious, and then the studs you pay up for just fall into place, good plays because of the chalky value. Does that change anything at all, or not really for you?
Not really for me. Just because I still want to play the best team every night. I don't think tonight's going to be like that unless we got Giannis out. He's currently questionable. But I think right now there's not like one team that is way ahead of the rest on either site.
Got it. Let's get into it then. Let's go into the success from yesterday. So first up, got Biscuit here, a little Biscuit. MLB action out of him, killing it in the top 2, top 3, top 5 in all the contests. Love to see that. Another one here, more MLB from him. Solid stuff. Nick here, 70, 130, NBA main slate here. Is this your lineup, Chris, or is this slightly different? I mean, was this our optimal?
Yeah, this was the optimal.
Got it. Ultra boosted here as well. Same lineup. Good results as well. 72, 124. Thomas Bay, he's on a streak now, I think. 2 or 3 days in a row for him. 7 to 1260. So that looks like the optimal. I see the same one out of you here. So you're up next, $1,300 to $1,700. So posted that one. That's a bit more than parking money.
Yeah,
that's like parking money, some gas money, maybe some food for the day.
Yeah, so I mean, like we saw with Nick, I think he doubled up with the same lineup. So it won in cash games, maybe not in tournaments. That's why I didn't have great results here. But if you just played cash games like I think Nick did, I think he doubled up. Let's just see. Yeah, 70 to 130. I think Ultra Boosted also had the same lineup, 70 to 124. So not double, but it was better than mine here.
Yep. And then your FanDuel did better here, 1,500, 1,600 almost into 3,200. That's solid there. It looks like he did the tournaments as well, double ups.
Yeah, I could have had a much bigger night if. So I didn't have DeAndre Jordan. I didn't have De'Aaron Fox. Those 2 guys were very chalky. Fox went for 70. Jordan went for 40. Instead, I had Rozier, who went for 54, had him low owned. Embiid went for 60, had him like 30% owned. But yeah, if Fox and Jordan didn't go absolutely crazy, pretty much both of them 10x. If they didn't do that, I would have had another crazy night here. But still can't complain with these results.
Yeah, can't complain at all. Next up, Nick here again, NHL action, 7140. On DraftKings, you did the same thing on FanDuel, 349, 600. Let me click the pasta. Then we have Aiden here, every slate, every sport, every site. So what did he do? NHL main slate, DK, NBA single slate, MLB single slate, NHL single slate. on DK, and then on FanDuel, NBA main slate here, NBA after hours, all day baseball slate, and then after hours NHL slate. Did you just post this? I didn't see this one.
Yeah, he just posted it.
There we go.
Also, I just wanted to say, with the bets, we crushed them yesterday as well. Like, if anyone was following along with the stuff with the news, like we had, and who was the guy in the Thunder that got ruled out? Dort and someone else. When they were ruled out,
was it?
Yeah, so we went in on Baisley. He had like a 12.5 point total and like 22.5 points he runs assist total. He ended up going like 22 real life points, 8 rebounds. So he crushed both. Wendell Carter as well. Once Bombo was ruled out, he had like a great game yesterday. Yeah, so a bunch of stuff went well yesterday.
Yep. They're gonna limit your account now. You can only bet $5.
Yeah, not yet, but I'm thinking soon because I had a pretty good one yesterday.
Yeah. Let's get into the slate, or not get into the slate. Let's go into your contest from yesterday. So first up, let's go save the best for last, like Aiden said over here, Rajon Rondo. Let's go over DK first. So over here, didn't hit the tournaments, but still cashed. Got the cash contest like we looked through. Other members with the same lineup. So you line on the same lineup here as McLovin. Where did you go right? And then I guess what did you need in the tournaments?
Yeah, so there's another team that a lot of people played. It was like the optimal, I think 5 minutes before lock. This one updated probably 3 minutes before lock. The other one had Embiid. This one didn't. The other one did a lot better, actually. I think it also had someone else who crushed John Wall, I think. He had like 60. We didn't see anyone post that lineup, but yeah, that one crushed. It did a lot better than this one, but this one still did fine here, as you said, same lineup as McLovin. So everything here was pretty standard to me. Like, got the 2 value guys in Claxton and Biombo. Claxton had a pretty bad game, but he was decently owned, so it didn't matter too much. Probably mattered more in tournaments. But here he was pretty much 60% owned, so it didn't matter too much. Biombo 23%, went for 16.75, so that's 5x for his price tag, so can't complain with that. And then I had a lot of like really high scores here. Flynn, Irving, Westbrook, and Christian Wood, they all did really well. I was deciding between, at the small forward position, I was deciding between Bazemore and Kennard after the Marcus Morris scratch news came out. Kennard was like $500 less. He ended up with 32, I think. I stayed with Bazemore. I didn't want to get Kennard on both sites. I wasn't too comfortable with that. I had him on FanDuel. So I just stuck with Bazemore here. So probably if I switched, I probably would have won more in tournaments. But Bazemore he played 21 minutes. He didn't play the fourth quarter at all. That game was just a huge blowout. So he got 25.5 in 21 minutes. So it was a great play, I think. I have a ton of interest in him once again today with Kelly Oubre still out. So yeah, that's pretty much this lineup here.
Okay. Do you want to go over anyone else here? Start from the top.
Yeah, let's see who Hoop had. I think like same thing here. Like Fox is decently owned, I think. This lineup didn't have Fox. Which line? Yeah, so let's find one with Fox.
Tell me where you want to stop.
Anyway, he's probably going to be up here somewhere at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Fox 25% went for 61. Also, there was someone else. Oh yeah, Kennard here, 45% went for 33. So, yeah, those guys kind of made a lot of other lineups past mine, but still can't complain with the results here. I still had a pretty decent team. Yeah, so this one actually had John Wall. He went for 52. He was just shooting the ball every time he touched it, as always. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like Fox. Didn't have him on either site. I'm just happy it didn't kill me.
Yep. Let's go into FanDuel then. So over there, did quite a bit better. Doubled up. I guess you guys have the same lineup here. But yeah, I guess what was the decision-making process with this one, Chris?
Yeah, so I like this lineup a lot. I was surprised to see Rozier so low owned in some bigger contests, like 100-man 50-50s. He was like 10% owned. Obviously, this one he's 26% owned. This is a smaller field. Usually more sharp players here in this one, just because if you're not playing as much money, you kind of want to focus on the bigger field contests. But yeah, this one had Terry Rozier at 26%. I liked him a lot. Obviously, wasn't expecting 5 stocks from him with a near triple double, but still, I thought he was a really good play. I was watching the game and I saw a stat that he's like, over his last 3 games against Cleveland, he's been averaging like 35 real life points. Obviously, or not obviously, but he's from Cleveland as well, so he has that going for him. I didn't know that before I saw the stat watching it, but once I saw that, I was kind of happy with the play, happy that I landed on him. So yeah, he did really well. He saved me from Fox not killing me, if that makes any sense, because I think Fox was like 60-70% owned. Like I said, went for 66 here on FanDuel, had 7 stocks, just played super well. Yeah, let's find a team with Fox. Yeah, so he was only 30% owned here actually. In my 50-50s, he was like 60. But yeah, 66 fantasy points from Fox. Got lucky here with Rozier. He was able to pretty much do the same, perform the same point per dollar wise, so that helped me. Shooting guard was pretty obvious. Beal and Kennard, I liked that combo a lot. Small forward, OG. He was more of a last piece, I think. He was like 6.6K, I think, 35 points. So he did well. Bazemore, yeah, 6'8". Bazemore, we mentioned him as well on DraftKings. He only played 21 minutes, but still a pretty good score here. Power forward, Wood, he was chalky. I think I had him in my core actually yesterday. Maybe not, but he was popping a lot in projections. Barnes here, he was the guy that kind of sucked. 23 fantasy points. He was 6K. He had 6 turnovers, so that was pretty like out of the norm for him. So if he didn't have those 6 turnovers, if he had some stocks instead, would have had a better night. And then Embiid here, liked him a lot, 47%, went for 61.
Yeah, I wanted to say Chris Flynn. He's been playing pretty well lately. It's kind of crazy, but I guess lots of opportunity there in Toronto right now. But he's the only guy here in your lineup without a turnover. What a beast for point guard.
Yeah, he played a lot of minutes too.
Yeah, efficient. Let's get into the slate. 4 games here. First up, Milwaukee, Atlanta. So you mentioned it. We got the Giannis questionable tag. Just quickly off the bat, do you think he'll play today?
I have no idea. He hasn't played in a while. He's been questionable for a few games and ended up being ruled out. So I kind of think he sits here. We can probably save this team for the end because we'll probably finish around 2:30. Hopefully we got the news then. But we can go through Atlanta for now.
Yeah, let's go through Atlanta then. So over there, John Collins remains out. Should be back later this month. Tony Snell also out. Trae Young questionable. Danilo Gallinari also questionable. Projected starters: Trae Young, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Kevin Huerter, Solomon Hill, and Clint Capella. So Trae Young, Chris, also questionable. That's pretty important as well, isn't it, for the slate?
Yeah, that's just as important. So I guess we can't really go over him, but I think he's gonna play. So I mean, I guess I'll talk about it as if he's in because I think he ends up playing. If he's out, we just play the guys we played last time. Guys like Goodwin, Lou Will, Herter, Bogdanovic. Pretty much all these guys become viable. But if he's in, I do like Trae Young a lot. It kind of makes the other guys less viable. But Trae Young is my guy here. He's 9.1K on FanDuel, so I like that price tag a lot. DraftKings, he's 9.1 as well, I think. Let me check. Yeah, he's 9.1 as well over there. So still a good play. Not landing on him as much on DK. I think FanDuel point guard I want to spend up there. DK, there's some value guys that I like. So not going to lock in Trae Young on DK, but I like him a lot on FanDuel, especially if you don't want to pay out for Steph. I think Trae Young's a good pivot if he does end up playing. This game is on, I think this game is a national TV game. Let me check. Because there's TNT today. I'm not sure if it's this one or the next one. Yeah, so it's this one. This is a national TV game. So, I mean, just means that I kind of expect Trae Young to play more. I think he's more likely to play. So, I mean, I like him a lot here. Clint Capella, also viable. I think he's more viable if Giannis misses the game just because less likely to get into foul trouble, stuff like that, more rebounds. So I like the spot more if Giannis ends up missing. But even if he plays, I still like Trae Young and Capella quite a bit. I like the combo. I like it in tournaments just because, I mean, I think they correlate pretty well together. You get a lot of assists from Capella's baskets, from Trae Young. So if you want to pair them together in tournaments, it's definitely something I don't mind doing. But if I'm just picking one guy here, it would be Trae Young.
Okay, and then quickly, Chris, how would you pair them together here? Player groups.
Yeah, player groups.
So what would you do?
You would just put them. Well, I guess you would put Capella in the first one because Trae Young has a better projection or a better point per dollar. So you would do that, and then if Capella pops up in any lineups, it'll add Trae Young in there. You would probably have to make their projections a little higher just because maybe you won't get this otherwise. But yeah, this rule just means every lineup that has Capella will include Trae Young in it as well.
Nice. Okay, let's load up the next one. We'll come back to the Milwaukee game at the end. It just says, you think we'll get the Giannis news around 2:30 Pacific time?
No, I'm not sure if we will, but that's the most likely time. Like,
if we do get it, you mean?
Yeah, if we do get it, that's when we would get it.
Otherwise, it would be what, like a few minutes before the game, or?
Probably 30 minutes before the game.
Got it. Next up, we have Golden State against Cleveland. Warriors side first, Kelly Oubre, Eric Pascal, both out for them. Projected starters, Steph Curry, Wiggins, Bazemore, Green, and Kevon Looney. Back-to-back here for the Warriors, Chris, facing Cleveland. Is that something important to keep in mind or not so much here?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, probably not so much. He's just playing out of his mind. I like him a lot in tournaments. I'm not sure if I can spend up for him in cash games. But like, I think everyone's seen him play. He's just going crazy right now, consistently putting up like 40s, shooting a crazy percentage from the field. I think he scored 11 threes last game, 10 threes the game before. So he's playing out of his mind. Like you said, only concern here is probably the back-to-back. But I mean, at the same time, I'm still pretty much fine with it. I guess if I had to pick, like, I would probably prioritize some other Warriors over Steph Curry today, just because they have better price tags. But with that being said, I mean, Steph Curry is a great play. Cash games, if you land on him, I have no problems with it. Tournaments, we know the upside he has, so I do like him a lot. But I kind of want to take advantage of some of the other spots with Oubre being out. So we have Kent Bazemore once again. He's 5K on FanDuel. DraftKings 4.9K. So it's a good price for him on both sites. We've seen him put up big minutes with Oubre being out. I mentioned earlier yesterday he didn't play too many minutes. Only got 21 because the game blew out. But in the past two games before that, he's gotten around 33 minutes in each of those two games. So he's been the main guy that benefits from Oubre being out. So I do like him as a value guy on both sites. Wiggins as well. More of a last piece sort of thing, just because it's a pretty small slate. No Oubre here for him, so he gets a bump. He's 6'9" on DK, 7'1" on FanDuel, so I don't mind him as a last piece in cash games. Maybe not in tournaments because I don't think he has too much upside playing alongside Steph, but I think he's pretty safe here, so I don't mind him. And then last guy, Draymond Green, 7-1 on both sites. I think that's a really good price tag for him. He's also been playing really well. So I like him in cash games, tournaments as well.
Okay. Before we do the other half here, Cleveland side, forgot to check in on the chat who we have here. So we got Hasty here at the winky face at the start. First one here today. Royal King in here. Rondo's in here. Dinda's in here. Says making money tonight. Let's get it. Got Solo Diaz in here as well. What's up, guys? Royal King says, well, I've heard it, but you've probably heard it too, Chris. What do you think of the LMA retiring thing? Had some like issues with his heartbeat, right?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, I feel bad for him, but he's had a long career. I think 15 years. So, I mean, he's definitely a really good player. Probably Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Yeah, he was on like a contending team too, right? So he probably could have a good chance of getting a chip this year if he continued with them. So, but yeah, had a long career, like you said. Solo says, did you like the Eubanks and Moses Brown picks, his picks from last night, Chris?
What did Eubanks do? I know Moses Brown crushed it. Let me see what Eubanks did. Also, Kem Birch, Hasty's pick. Kem Birch, he ended up starting. I think he got 33 fantasy points. So he was a really good play as well. But let's see Eubanks. Eubanks, 18 minutes. Oh, wow. He got 6 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 4 blocks, and 1 steal. So he got 5 stocks.
4 blocks?
Yeah, 4 blocks, 1 steal for Drew Eubanks. So, yeah, that was a really good call, I guess.
As expected?
No, not as expected, but, I like that call. I didn't love it at the time, but I like it now.
In retrospect, why do you like it now? Because it was right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's also asking if you're wearing a onesie, Chris.
A onesie? No, I'm just wearing a... yeah, I should take it off. It's kind of hot, but it's just a sweater.
Onesie sweater. Let's see. Eubanks. Can we find him here? Maybe not.
We played yesterday. Oh, nothing.
What did he get? He went for... yeah, I think gotta be a bit patient now because we removed the loading the slate data from memory right now because we had the issues before. But what went for 25 fantasy points, Chris? Is that it?
Yeah, it's DK though. FanDuel, you get the 3 points for stocks, so that's where he was probably better play. What? Kyle Lowry's resting again tomorrow. Why is he always resting?
Malachi Flynn time.
Yeah, but I don't really understand. Siakam's resting as well. What is going on with the Raptors? Tanking?
Yeah, of course. They're not competitive.
Do you want my Raptors in ESPN? I know you love the Raptors. OG resting as well.
Do you have them all? I gave them up.
I have Siakam and Lowry.
Yeah, I'll take them off your hands. Send me a trade that I can't resist. But yeah, I mean, I think they should be tanking. I've been saying this for a while. I think they should have paid Fred, which they did, so that's good. And then they shouldn't focus on being competitive. But I don't understand why they don't play Boucher more. I guess they have been lately. Maybe they just didn't want to win. That's why.
They started him at the 4 yesterday. So they had
Yeah, lately they have.
Flynn at the 1, OG at the 2, Siakam at the 3, Boucher at the 4, and Birch at the 5. So pretty big lineup there.
Yeah, and they win. It's too good. Lynn says Top Shot sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Does it?
There's probably too many drops, no? It's like
I don't think there's too many.
It's like a full-time job to keep up with all the drops.
No, there's definitely not that many anymore. It's like one a week, one every 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think there were too many at one point, though. VN Jones, important advice. Do not take phone calls while NBA DFS is going on. Didn't realize Morris was out until 5 minutes after that game locked. Costly.
Yeah, he was ruled out a while before, so that's pretty unlucky.
Yeah, and you have like the smartphone watch or whatever it's called, the smartwatch, giving you your notifications wherever you are, the gym, playing basketball. So that's why you have it, I think. So you get the notifications when you're hooping. Yeah,
I need it. Otherwise, I would just be throwing away money.
You probably wouldn't be hooping otherwise.
Yeah.
What do you have going through? Just like the Twitter notifications for certain accounts?
Yeah, just the Labs Twitter.
And then everything else is like blocked off on there?
What do you mean? Oh no, because you could just set one account notifications, so you get like push notifications every time that account tweets. So
no, I mean, do you have other notifications from your phone off on the watch?
Oh no, I mean I don't get many notifications. Contrary to popular belief, I'm not a very popular guy.
Oh, how do you know that's popular belief?
I think Espo thinks. I don't know. Espo thinks I am.
Really? Yeah. Yeah. No, I think you are a popular guy. He's just downplaying it for sure. Being humble. He's a humble guy. But yeah, let's see what else we got. Rondo says, step aside for a bit. You guys already talked to LMA and his retirement. Yes, we did. Checks over stripes from Rondo. Solo says he plays FanDuel. Rondo says Lowry's 40 years old. What is he, like 37?
Who plays FanDuel? Lowry?
No, Solo. Solo does.
Yeah, Lowry's how old? 37?
He's like 35. He's like 35.
Yeah, I think he's 35. Definitely not 37.
He is 35 years old. And He is a beast. He's 35 years old and he's a beast. He's good. He's got game that ages well, and for like a small guy, his game does age quite well. It's quite impressive, I think. I don't think there's too many small guys that can age that well, like that handle the ball, that aren't like, I don't know. What do you think of that, Chris?
I mean, I don't know. I think he's one of the guys that expects to age well just because he's not like a uber athletic high flyer. He's like a skill guy. So I mean, I think he's one of the guys that would be expected to age well.
Yeah. Your boy Brandon's in here. He says they do one drop a week or less. They never did more than. They definitely did more than one drop a week before. That is a lie.
I think there was like a stretch of when they were very, very like popping. I think there was a stretch of like 2 or 3 a week for a few weeks.
Yeah. Brandon says top shot just sucks because it sucks. It doesn't matter when you join. Lane says feel like you never get packed no matter how early I join. Yeah. Ron was asking if SB really said that about you, Chris.
Said what?
Popular.
Yeah, I think so. Because before he was always like kind of mocking me for going to the gym, stuff like that. He's like, "Oh, did you work out already?" He always came in and said stuff like that.
That's not mocking. He's your accountability buddy. He's trying to help you out.
No, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I suppose a good guy. He wouldn't be mocking you.
Yeah, I know he's a good guy. I'm just saying.
No, he just wanted to make sure you went to the gym. Did you go to the gym already, Chris?
No, I didn't.
Are you going today?
Probably not.
Oh, see, that's why you need Espo. Let's see. On a brighter note from Vian Jones, I did see dolphins from my balcony this morning. That's nice. What do you see from your window? Dolphins, Chris?
Yeah, I see some rocks.
Yeah. Let's see. Apparently, Chris's watch turns yellow on notifications from Dinda. Do you have the yellow bell there, Chris?
Yeah, the yellow bell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the oldest player in the league? Solo Diaz. He always brings up these questions, Chris.
Wait, we have to guess first. Don't type it in.
Oh.
No.
Well,
there we go. UD.
What is the list? Wait, what? Oh, this is not retired? Or all-time?
Yeah, probably all time.
Active. Here we go. UD. It doesn't play, though. Iggy is the oldest one that plays. Carmelo Anthony.
Pretty young. Like, this is pretty young. Second oldest is 37. That's crazy.
Jared Dudley, 35. I thought he's way older.
Look up NHL. There's probably some 40s in there.
This one doesn't have a table. Is this now or ever? This is ever. This isn't as nice.
Look up active. Top one.
Oldest.org?
Yeah.
You gonna make this list, Chris? Oldest DFS player.
No, this isn't active. Just add active to your thingy.
Is this it? No. Let's see.
Yeah, this looks right.
How do you sort it, though?
This is like games played. But can you sort by born or no?
No.
I think you can still see the guys at the top. So I think Chara is the oldest. What was he, 1977?
79, 77, yeah.
Yeah, so Chara, was that like 43? Oh, Zdeno, Chara, age.
Yeah, that's the oldest. Wait, Spezza still plays?
Yeah.
He was on Ottawa before, right?
Chara's 44. So Chara's 44, Haslam is 40, and then next oldest in the NBA is Iggy, 37. So Chara's like 7 years older than the second oldest NBA player.
Yeah. Let's see. What else we have? Rondo says SB, Top Shot Talk. Solo says Levine out 4 to 10 games, apparently.
Yeah, he's out for 10 to 14 days. I don't know if that's 4 to 10 games. I don't think they're playing 10 games in 14 days.
Yeah. Rondo says it's funny that Espo doesn't know you, but he assumes, lol, I like SB though. What does that mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
He knows you. He knows Chrissair DFS. So
Yeah.
You guys know Chris. He's right here. It's the real Chris. There's no persona here. There's no secret name. It's his real name, Chris. What else we got before we get back to the slate? Vian Jones, his pick was Haslam, so that was right. Brandon says look up NFL. MVP of the league is 43. Let's look at that.
Brady? I don't know if Brady's the MVP, is he?
If he's the MVP this year? Let's see. Is this 2020? Is this okay?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't know the defensive guy. It's going to be quarterbacks. Like, quarterbacks are old. Like, it's not as impressive, I don't think, because, I mean, they're just in the pocket the entire game. It's not like they're skating around for the entire game or running around in the
long
NBA.
Snapper.
Yeah, same sort of thing. It's like, I don't know. It'd be cool if there's like a defensive lineman, offensive lineman, wide receiver.
Offensive tackle.
Maybe not. Maybe I meant more like wide receiver, running back, corner, something like that. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Let's see. Austin says there was no alert today, Chris.
For what?
I guess maybe a bell. Quiet slate.
No, I saw a bell earlier for. I think I see it right now for Whiteside.
Really? Where? Did I close it?
On mine.
Oh, maybe because I have the team filters on. Haslam is on the roster. He counts from Vian Jones. Yeah, has he played a minute this year?
No, I don't think he's played a minute, but he is Miami.
Yeah. Do you think he'll play a minute?
Usually plays a few minutes at the end of the year when nothing matters, when they're resting all their guys. Usually gets a few minutes.
Yeah. No alert for the show is what he's saying.
For YouTube?
Discord? Maybe in the Discord. Did you send it?
Oh, my bad. Yeah, let me send it.
Yeah. Let's get back to the slate, though. We just did Golden State, so we have Cleveland to go through. Damian Dotson out. Dylan Windler out. Colin Sexton. Questionable tag projected starters. Garland, Sexton, Okoro, Kevin Love, Jarrett Allen. Sexton, questionable tag, Chris. Probably also quite important today. He's the high usage guy over there in Cleveland. Highest priced guy, I think, on Cleveland as well. So is that another important one that we have to kind of watch on?
I mean, sort of. I think he plays here. I think he was just resting because they were on the first half of a back-to-back. So I think that's why he was out yesterday. I think he plays here today. I saw him on the bench. He was moving around fine. Apparently he has a groin injury, but he was moving around fine in my opinion. So I think he's going to play. I think they were just resting him, like I said. But yeah, if he's in, I'm not really interested in these guys too much. Maybe someone like Kevin Love, even though it's the back end of a back-to-back. He's 6.2K on DK, 6.3 on FanDuel. So I don't mind that price tag for him. I like the matchup against the Warriors. He's been playing very well recently. Minutes have been up as well. He's shooting the ball a lot. So I think the price is right here for someone like Kevin Love. Obviously, in the past, we've seen him put up just monster scores when he gets a lot of minutes. He's not getting the same minutes as before, but even in 26, 28, maybe 30 minutes, he could definitely pay off this price tag, go for like 35, maybe even 40 in this matchup. So Kevin Love is my guy. If Sexton ends up being ruled out for whatever reason, we can play Garland. But like I said, I think Sexton ends up playing. If you want to play Sexton, I don't think I mind that. On FanDuel, he's 7.4K. DraftKings, he's 7.5. So around the same on both sites. Probably a fine play, but not someone that I'm going to go out of my way to get.
And then you mentioned Jarrett Allen.
No, I didn't really mention Jarrett Allen. I'm not too interested in him today here.
How come?
I don't know. He's coming off the concussion. He's not getting a ton of minutes anymore. Game log is pretty ugly. So I don't know. I don't really want to. I don't want to play him here today.
Got it. Moving on, Sacramento Phoenix is the next game. Sacramento side, Rashawn Holmes out. Marvin Bagley is also out. Projected starters, De'Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield, Mo Harkless, Harrison Barnes, and Damian Jones. Was it T-Bay the other day who said Harrison Barnes will be, he'll play really well?
Yeah, I think it was yesterday. I thought the same thing, but I mean, he got the minutes. He got 39 and a half minutes. Just we kind of went over it when we discussed FanDuel. But yeah, I like him a lot again today.
You like him a lot against Phoenix?
Yeah.
Usually you don't like to target guys against Phoenix.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a 4-game slate here. This is the highest over-under on the slate. They're only implied to score 111, but there's some injuries here now, so I think you kind of cursed them because you were saying they were the only healthy team. Rashawn Holmes is out now. We had Buddy Hield questionable for the last few games. So yeah, I do have some interest in Kings here. Harrison Barnes on FanDuel for 5.8, like I said. No Holmes means that Whiteside gets a bigger role. FanDuel priced him up to 5K. DraftKings still has him at 3.4, so he's probably a lock for me on DraftKings for that price tag. Even if he doesn't start, he should see 18 plus minutes here. And then in 18 minutes, this guy can absolutely crush the 3.4K price tag on DraftKings. So I like him a lot there. FanDuel, like I said, I'm not too interested in him. Maybe in tournaments on FanDuel, if he ends up getting the start, then he's going to probably be a lock on FanDuel. But right now, I don't think he's going to get the start. So I can't play him here on FanDuel. And then Fox, I think he's viable as well. Probably my least favorite King today, just because Phoenix is pretty good defensively. I don't expect him to get 6 steals here like he did yesterday. Obviously, he's still shooting the ball a crazy amount, but he's probably going to have Bridges on him, CP3 on him. So he's going to have really good on-ball defenders guarding him. So I'm a little more interested in some of the other guys here on the Kings. I'd rather spend up to other players than De'Aaron Fox today. And it's a back-to-back, so I don't love that for him. So we have Halliburton here as well on FanDuel, 5.4K. DraftKings, he's one of those guys that's always more expensive on DK, 6.4K. So he's 1K cheaper on FanDuel. That's where I think he's in play. Just as a last piece value guy here on this team, he put up a good score yesterday. I think he put up 34, played 28 minutes. So the minutes haven't been too high, but he's still good point per minute. So I like him here on FanDuel.
Yeah. So it says Phoenix good against small forwards, Chris, defensively. I think in response to Barnes.
Yeah, but Barnes is a power forward and he plays the 5 sometimes. But I mean, Phoenix is good against every position, but at the same time, it's a 4-game slate. If Barnes is playing 40 minutes, that's what we like. We don't really care about the matchup of how the other team does against that certain position.
Got it. Moving on to Phoenix, Nader out for them. Projected starters, CP3, Devin Booker, Bridges, Jay Crowder, and Ayton. Anybody on the Phoenix side, Chris? I know we always like to target teams facing the Sacramento Kings. Highest team total for Phoenix today as well, so seems like a good environment for DFS on the Phoenix side.
Yeah, so their team total is at 124 or 123 right now. Next highest is Milwaukee at 117. So that's quite a big drop.
Just a big spread, though.
Yeah, big spread is what's concerning here. So I'm not, for that reason, I'm not going to go out of my way to target the spend ups here. Chris Paul, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton. I think they're all viable. I wouldn't play any of them together, but if you land on one of those guys as one of your spend ups, I have no problems with it. Just like I said, I think this game probably blows out. I don't think Phoenix is a team that we really want to target when they're blowing teams out, just because it could be Paul, it could be Booker, it could be some of those random guys. So I'm not going to go out of my way to get the spend ups here. But I think on DK, we definitely have some value here from this team. So I think someone like Campaign is actually interesting for 3.5K. If you look at his game log, he's been playing very well. Playing around 22 minutes per game. Last game he put up 32 fantasy points. Game before that, 20. And then the game before that, 29. So definitely for this price tag, he's in play on DraftKings. 3.5K, like I said, over there. So I think he's a pretty good value play for us in cash games. Tournaments as well. If this game blows out, if it's a 20-point game in the fourth quarter. Campaign's probably going to play the entire fourth quarter, so he could have a ceiling game here. It could go for like 35, 40 fantasy points, I think. Obviously, I'm not expecting that, but he does have that upside if it does blow out. We have Mikal Bridges as well, 5K here on DK. I like that price tag. He's 5-2 on FanDuel as well, so he's still a good play there. He's probably the guy that's most viable across both sites just because he has that cheap price tag. He's starting. He gets a lot of minutes. He's a stocks guy, so he could easily get like 3, 4, 5 stocks here in this matchup. So I like Bridges. And then Ayton, I was mentioning him with the spend ups, but on DK he's only 6.7K. So I think he's viable here in cash games as a last piece. He's probably my favorite Phoenix Sun today just because he's the cheapest one. So I like DeAndre Ayton here, especially if he has Hassan Whiteside guarding him. I think that could be a matchup that they could exploit. So I like Ayton here in this spot. And then if you want to play someone like Saric, maybe on DK for 3-7, you probably have to hope for it to blow out, but I don't hate that play either.
Okay. Solo DS Chris on that thread about Phoenix guarding small forwards. You respond to that. You said, gotcha, makes sense. It says, but don't we want good matchups as well, like center matchups? It says, I mean, like team defense, not one-on-one matchups.
Yeah, we want good matchups, but I mean, like, I'm just saying when we have like, I don't love Harrison Barnes as a play today. I just think he's a pretty solid last piece, especially on FanDuel, where he's 5.8K just because of his minutes floor. That's why I don't really care about the matchup there. I'm not saying he's one of my favorite plays. I just think he's pretty safe here on this 4-game slate where we don't have a lot of guys to choose from. That's why I like him.
Got it. T-Bay here says, one more thing for Solo. He says the Kings had to travel today, I guess.
Yeah, I mean it's not like a long flight from Sacramento to Phoenix, so I'm not too concerned about that. But yeah, they did have to travel.
Yeah, and then T-Bay's comments here. He says 4-game slates are tough. He says Then he says tempted to play Bridges on a night like this, but he's so bad. Have some tough decisions to make today. Says I love Harrison Barnes on FanDuel. The guy plays like 300 minutes.
Yeah, he does play like 300 minutes. But yeah, with Bridges, I think he's a good play, last piece guy. So yeah, I like him on FanDuel. I like him on DK as well.
Yeah, and then last thing from Rondo, he says Harry Barnes was so trash last night. -1 steals, Chris.
Yeah, I saw that. I actually think he got a steal, but they gave it to Fox, so that was kind of frustrating for me.
Yeah. Wait, so sometimes they do the wrong stat. Did they ever correct it or no?
Yeah, they do correct it, but I mean when it's 50-50, obviously I'm gonna think it goes towards my guy. But yeah, sometimes they get it wrong.
Yeah. Last game here, the slate. Then we'll go back to the Milwaukee side. Don't think we got any news on Giannis, Chris. So your expectation now is 30 minutes or so before tip-off for that game for the Giannis news. But we'll go back to Milwaukee after this one. Actually, let's just go back to Milwaukee now since we didn't get it anyway. We already did Atlanta, so let's just do that. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Milwaukee side, we have Dante DiVincenzo and Giannis, both questionable tags there. So guess we'll have to wait closer to the tip-off to get that news. Projected starters right now: Drew Holiday, DiVincenzo, Middleton, Giannis, and Brolo. How should we approach this, Chris? Should we just do two? I guess both. Well, first of all, is it important if Dante sits or not? Would that change things for you?
Well, I don't know. This is a tricky situation because we've seen the last 2 back-to-backs for the Bucks. They just rested all their guys, so this is another back-to-back. They played the Timberwolves yesterday, so like it could be a situation where they rest their main guys once again. Or it could be a situation where they just play everyone. They play Giannis. I think it'll either be one of those two. I don't think it's just going to be Giannis out if he does sit. I think they would rest everyone, but at the same time, this is a national TV game. The NBA doesn't like it if you rest guys on national TV games. So I'm going to probably lean that everyone plays here, including Giannis. So with that being said, whenever Giannis plays, he's usually the only guy that we do like to target here from the Bucks. He's 10-8 on DK. FanDuel, he's 11-1. So FanDuel, it's probably a little tough to get to him. But I think on DK, if he does end up playing, I think it's a pretty good spot for him, unless we get word that he's limited or something like that, which I probably don't think he will be. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that news. So if he's in, I'll probably play him on DK, assuming he's not limited. If he's out, and I mean, we could play all these guys. Like if he's out and everyone else is in, then we can play all these guys like Middleton, Drew, Portis. They would all become great plays. And then if those guys are out, we could play guys like Thanasis again, Jordan Nwora. But I don't think this situation will happen here today.
I love me some Thanasis nights though. They're pretty good. Yeah, let's go back to end of the slate here. So this is the last game of the night. Boston against the Lakers. Just go over this game first. See some chat here. Boston side, we have Fournier out. Wonder what he's been tweeting yesterday. If they win, expect that Fournier tweet. Enthusiastic about the Celtics. Rob Williams questionable. Projected starters: Kemba Walker, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Robert Williams. Robert Williams questionable tag, Chris. Is that one also important? Does it potentially open up any value on the Celtics side tonight?
Wait, yeah, it would. But before we do that, I think we're getting some Hawks news right now.
Open up your betting.
Yeah, so we got Gallo out. We didn't get Trae Young news, so can't do much with that. Trae Young is still a game time decision, but Gallo's out, so probably makes someone like Herter more viable. I think he's a decent option here. But yeah, I was hoping we would get the Trae Young news. That's why I kind of interrupted you. But yeah, if Robert Williams is out here for the Celtics, I think Tristan Thompson would become a really good play, assuming that Whiteside doesn't end up starting, because then Whiteside would become the priority at center. But if Williams is out, Thompson would be the only active center or not the only active center, but I think the center that would get a bulk of minutes for the Celtics. I don't think they want to give too many minutes to Wagner or Luke Cornett. So I think if Williams is out, Tristan Thompson would become a pretty good play at center. So it's a situation where I don't mind playing Robert Williams and then just waiting for that news, just because I think he is a good play if he does end up playing. On FanDuel, he is, 5'8" now? So one of the lowest price tags we've seen in a while. DraftKings, he's 5'8" as well, so decent price tag there. Prefer him on FanDuel, obviously, where you get the 3 points for blocks and steals. He's a big block and steal guy, so that's why I like him more on FanDuel. But yeah, like I said, that news is pretty important to watch for. I think he's in play if he does end up starting for them. Outside of Williams, I think Jaylen Brown's kind of interesting here. 8-1 on both sites. Been playing very well recently, shooting the ball a lot. Getting a lot of stocks. It's a 4-game slate, so that's why I don't mind playing these guys in this matchup against the Lakers. Usually I try to stay away, but just this small slate makes me think it's more viable. This is the other national TV game tonight, I believe, so I think these guys could get a few extra minutes for that reason. So I like Brown. Tatum, played him last time on my big night. I mean, he's playing a lot better nowadays, playing more minutes as well, so he's viable. Just a little hard to get to him as a spend up today. That's why I'm not really all over him. But if you're playing him in tournaments, I definitely don't mind something like that.
Yep. Let's go over the Lakers then. Over there we have Schroeder probable, Kuzma, Drummond, Gasol, Matthews all probable. Markieff Morris questionable. Projected starters: Schroeder, Caldwell Pope, Kuzma, Morris, and Drummond. This looks like everyone here is a game time decision here for the Lakers. But is this a team that we're interested in today or not that much?
Yeah, so I mean, these guys are all probable. So Drummond, Schroeder, and Kuzma, they're all probable. Markieff Morris, like you said, he's the only questionable one. So that's really the only guy that I'm concerned about. But I'm not really interested in playing him, so it doesn't really matter too much. If he's out, then THT would probably end up starting. He's just priced up now, so you probably can't play him in cash games. Maybe in tournaments. I like his price on DK, 5-1 for THT. I don't mind that if Keefe is out. But yeah, my interest mostly comes from someone like Dennis Schroeder here on both sites. He's 6'6" on FanDuel. DraftKings, he's 6.3K, so it's a pretty low price tag for him in this role. He's been consistently getting around 35 minutes in close games, putting up pretty good scores. Got 38 last time, 38 last time, 32 the game before. So I like Schroeder here for this price tag. He's probably going to be the only Laker that I'm probably going to play.
Apparently the WNBA draft is tonight, Chris. Did you know that?
Really?
This is what Solo says. Is that true?
Who has the first pick? Oh, click on the third one. Paige Beckers isn't eligible for the 2021 WNBA draft. Why is that? Does it even say? Oh, there. No one and done policy. You have to be 22 years old.
During the calendar year draft is held.
That's kind of dumb.
Wait, so she has to wait until 2023?
Oh my god, that's stupid. They're probably gonna change that. It runs, that CBA runs until 2027, so I guess they can't change it. But yeah, that's rough.
Sue Bird.
I mean, maybe they'll probably try to do a strike or something, get her in there. I don't know.
Yeah. So I guess you're not gonna watch it because of that, Chris?
Yeah, that's the only reason I had any interest in it. Yeah, I guess now I don't.
Jamal Murray. Good luck to all the women in the WNBA draft tonight. John Morant. Good luck to all the women in the draft tonight. Yeah. You gonna watch it, Chris?
No, probably not.
Okay. Let's get rid of these filters. Saw some talk here, Thomas and Rondo. Apparently they want to do the NHL Crunch show. T-Bay says it's going to be called Hockey Night Korean Edition with Rondo and Garland.
Rondo and Garland, I like that one.
Let's see. T-Bay says, I guess with the... Who's out? Danilo being out online, it says Red Rocket on the rise. Remember when I heard the Hawks were trying to recreate the Warriors' backcourt, Steph and Clay with Trey and Herter? He says Herter will never be able to sniff Clay.
Yeah, I mean, probably not, but I like Herter quite a bit. I think he's a good player.
Nice. How old is he?
Probably 23, 22.
Herter, 22. How old is Clay?
Probably 32.
When did Clay come up on the rise? What year?
I don't know. Go to his basketball reference. Pretty much from the start.
Yeah. Wait, but what's Herter averaging?
Probably 10, 12. I don't know.
Let's see this. Yeah, I guess he's a little slower start, but yeah. Red Mamba.
Red Velvet.
Yeah, it's a good one. Let's see what else. Vian Jones says never played Kemba, but have a good feeling about him tonight, especially with Schroeder limping around the court, holding his back, one fall away from being out completely.
Yeah, that's true. He has the injury and he's looked kind of hurt, but I mean, he's probable and the price tag is, I think, too good to pass up on, so I'm probably going to play him.
Yep. And then T-Bay says he's definitely going to miss the WNBA draft.
Definitely.
And then Vian Jones says anyone think Claxton is going to get drafted tonight? Is he even old enough to get drafted? He has to be 23.
What's his age?
What's his first name?
Nicholas.
Whoops. He is not old enough. Has to wait 2 more years.
Yeah, him and Beckers will get in there in 2 years.
Yeah, Beckers. What else? Kevon Looney on FanDuel playable, Chris, from Solo.
I don't know. He's 3.5. Got 22 yesterday. Played 21 minutes. I don't know. He just doesn't do enough for me. Like he's not going to get you 30. I mean, watch him just play like Whiteside, Robert Williams, Tristan Thompson if Williams is out, something like that. Maybe even spend up there. But I don't know. Maybe if you like love everything else about your lineup and you only have 3.5 at center, then it's fine. But I probably wouldn't do it.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into 3 plays here quickly. FanDuel DK. Need to get going to the gym so I can come play basketball outside, Chris. First up, FanDuel. Overall play of the day here. Who do you have?
Overall play of the day. This one's kind of tough. Like we don't have great plays here, so should I go with Draymond? Let's go with Draymond.
Draymond Green. Okay. Value play of the day. Who do you have?
Yeah, this is very tough here today. Just because it's like a mid-range build, I'll say Kent Bazemore because he's pretty much the cheapest guy that I like for 5K.
Okay, and then tournament play on FanDuel. Who do you have?
Tournament play. It kind of depends on all the news that we get, but give me Kevin Love.
Okay, Love, nice. DK overall play there. Who do you have?
DraftKings overall play a little easier to get a stud here, so but I don't want to say Giannis at the same time. Actually, give me Dennis Schroeder. We can go with Schroeder on FanDuel as well, actually, just because I like him on both sides.
Okay, and then if Giannis was in, would he be in here for you or no?
He would definitely be in there on DraftKings, but probably not FanDuel.
Okay. Value play on DK. Who do you have?
Give me Campaign.
Payne. And then tournament play. Who do you have?
K-Love once again. He's going to be more popular here on DK, I think. But, I mean, I like him, especially if Sexton ends up missing the game.
Nice. I like it. Before we do your course, Chris, T-Base says, important question, will Robert Williams play? That play is vital for me.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to play, but if not, we'll just have to swap. That game starts at 7 Pacific, so yeah, we'll have to wait for that news.
Okay. And then your key core plays on FanDuel. You have 4 guys: Jaylen Brown, Draymond Green, Schroeder, and Harrison Barnes. Why do you like those guys again? Just quick summary for anyone who wasn't here during our slate breakdown.
I mean, like I don't love these guys, but it's just the way that pricing works today. We don't have like great value. We don't have great spend ups, so I kind of like the mid range. I think all these guys are priced fairly. I guess Schroeder, just a pretty good situation with no Braun, no AD. Brown, I like him a lot for his price tag. Draymond and Barnes, power forward is kind of thin today. So I think in cash games you got to go with this duo, and then yeah, we can take a look at the first 2 teams.
Okay. Seeing some Kevon Looney here at the bottom, just in these lineups. Look at the centers, 1 Clint Capella, but mostly Rob Williams here today. What's the difference here? 2v2, 1v1.
Yeah, so let's take a look at the other team actually, because I clearly like Halliburton over Herter. So let's take a look at the Steph team. Yeah, so now it's a 3v3, I think. So we have Schroeder on both sides, Wiggins Schroeder both sides, Halliburton both sides, Brown locked him in. Power forwards are the same, and then Robert Williams 5'8" here, like that price tag with the stock upside that he has. Can you highlight Trae Young as well?
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, so we have a 3v3 here: Young, Wiggins, Bazemore versus Wardell, Herter, and Bridges. Yeah, this one I don't know. This one's pretty close. So, I mean, obviously it depends on if Trae Young plays or not, because if Trae Young's out, we're going to have to lock in Goodwin, probably Herter as well. So, I mean, a lot of it depends on the news. For now, I'd probably just go with the projections. I like the first side with Trae Young, Wiggins, and Bazemore.
Okay. And then the honest news, Chris, is he just not in here right now because we don't really know what's going on, so his projection's kind of not as high as it could be, or
No,
Yep.
it's normal. Once we get to DK, he's going to be in the DraftKings build.
Got it. Okay, so over here, your cores are three guys: Brown, Schroeder, Whiteside. Just again, why do you like these guys here on DK for anyone who missed the slate breakdown?
Yeah, so I like Brown a lot. He's probably one of my favorite plays on the slate. Schroeder, really good price tag for him. So that's why I have him in there. And then Whiteside, he's just too cheap here on DraftKings for 3-4.
Okay. So no, we got some Giannis now. Actually, he's in the top ones. So
Yeah, so Giannis, he's definitely in play here. Yeah, I think he plays. Like I said, I don't think he's going to be limited. So I'm probably going to play him here on DK. So we can look at these first two teams.
two v two.
Yes. Yeah. So at the start here, we have Payne for value. I had him as my value guy. I think he's a pretty good option here. Just a good matchup for him. Really good point per minute. So I think he's not going to kill us here. So I like him. Brown, same thing. Bridges, good matchup as well. Giannis here, 10-8. I like the price tag. I don't know if he plays or not. It's the first game, so we will know in time. So we'll have to wait for that news. Whiteside, 3-4, locked him in. Schroeder, 6-3. I like that a lot. And then we have the 2v2 here, Love and Ayton versus Draymond and Robert Williams. This one's very close as well here. I don't have too much conviction, just like on FanDuel. Probably going to trust the projections. I like the matchup for Ayton against the Kings. I like Love here as well for 6-2. Draymond, I don't think he's as necessary here on DraftKings just because on FanDuel you're kind of limited to two power forwards and there aren't many to choose from. So that's why I like him a lot there. But here on DraftKings, I don't think you need to play him. Robert Williams, there's risk with him as well with the injury. So we have to wait for that news. So I'll go with the first side for now.
Okay. Question from Solo. Nance on a minutes restriction today, Chris.
I'm not sure. How many did he play yesterday? He played 20 minutes yesterday, didn't start. So, I mean, I don't think he's playable with Love in there playing the minutes that he's getting now. So, I mean, Nance is, 7-5 on FanDuel. Definitely can't play that. DraftKings, what is he? 6-9. So, yeah, just stay away from Larry Nance here.
Okay.
Unless he's starting.
Vian Jones says, WNBA note, check out DD Richards' story if you haven't heard that. Awesome story. Just quickly Googled it. Apparently, she was paralyzed from an injury, I think, and then getting drafted. So, I haven't looked at the story, but check that out.
Is that this year?
Huh?
This year?
I'm guessing so. That's probably why.
That's pretty cool.
I think she's 23, so can be drafted.
From Baylor. Nice. Yeah, that's cool. We also got news that Giannis is in today, so yeah, no worries there. No news on a restriction yet, but yeah, he's playing.
Okay. That's good news. Makes it a bit easier.
We also got news that Dante is out. So that kind of
Chris?
No, not with Dante out. Doesn't change much. But yeah.
Okay. Anything else, Chris, before we wrap it up here? Do our housekeeping.
No, I think we're good.
All right, housekeeping time, guys. Check out our site, dfscrunch.com. Our optimizer link is in the description of this video, or just go type in dfscrunch.com in your browser. Get yourself an account, and then you'll get 3 days for free, automatically applied. No coupon code needed for that. You can cancel anytime before then. Won't be charged at all. So 72 hours from when you sign up, you can cancel. The way you cancel, we've had some guys, sometimes people message. I don't know, it's probably a little hard. Maybe we should add it on our homepage. Probably add an account management here. Maybe this link should go to there. But the way you manage your account, your subscription is in the sidebar. I guess you can't see with my camera here. In the sidebar here, got to expand that. And then over here, click Account Center. That's how you manage it. So cancel anytime there on your own before that trial is up. You can cancel afterwards. You can change your subscription. You can do all that stuff there. But check out our site. Try out our optimizer. Our projections are super sharp. A lot of times we land the same places that a lot of pros do in cash lineups. Just a solid starting point for a lot of sports in tournaments as well. So completely free during that trial. You get access to everything. Our Discord, which has all these sport-specific channels where you can ask questions about the optimizer, about the slate. Got members posting news, just talking about what they like, what they don't like in every slate almost every day. So it's quite active. Great place to hang out. So that's a really nice new thing. We didn't always have that. So members make it a great place to hang out. And then you get access to all of the slates we have, all these different sports, both FanDuel, DraftKings, lots of sports, and then all the different slates here for those sports. So a lot of stuff to keep you busy. Lots of ways to go about playing DFS. So definitely check that out. Completely free. Other thing, before you go on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe and the like. Hit the like button first, then make sure you're subscribed. We do the show here every day, so it's an easy way to stay up to date, get notified when we go live. So every day, weekends as well, 2.5 hours before main slate, we'll be live. So be sure to do that. We had a request here to go over the single Boston game slate here from Royal King. So let's quickly do that, Chris. And then we can wrap it up. Jones says lock in Boogeyman, if Trey's out.
Oh, yeah. If Trey's out, yeah. Lock, actually, yeah, probably on this slate where we don't have many great plays.
Yeah. So single slate here, MVP. Tatum 100% there. Star is kind of very evenly distributed, so that's kind of interesting. I don't think we usually go this way in the single game slates, but I guess since there's no stars on the Lakers side, is that why, Chris?
It's just because all these guys project very closely. Yeah, I mean, if you're playing cash games, usually one of the top teams is just the way to go, but that's why I like to kind of go over these with the tournament outlook. So I think if you just play Jaylen Brown at MVP, you have all the upside in the world. Like, you have as much upside for him to be the top scorer of the slate. So I think if you play Jaylen Brown at MVP in tournaments, I think that's enough to make you different here.
Yeah, we got Espo here. Says, I wasn't mocking you, Chris. Flex emoji. I'm telling you, he's just accountability buddy, keeping you accountable. Wants to make sure you're at the gym.
Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have said mock, because I don't think he has any negative connotation to it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he was mocking me or not, but I can't think of the word that I want to use right now.
He's just being a bro. SB.
Yeah, maybe.
Definitely, not maybe. Just wanted to know if his bro was going to the gym, getting jacked, making those gains. He's just making sure you're doing all those things. Did Espo go to the gym? That's the question we got to ask. Do you ever ask him how he's doing, Chris?
Well, I think he's watching the video from far behind, so I don't think he'll see this for another hour.
He says that's it.
Oh, maybe he is watching live then.
Yeah, maybe you got to ask him if he's been going to the gym. Maybe he's making some gains, Chris.
Probably is.
Yeah, anything else before we wrap it up, Chris? I guess we did wrap it up, but anything else you want to say?
No, I mean, hopefully everyone has a good day. Lots of stuff here. We have NBA, NHL, MLB, so a ton of sports. If you sign up now with the trial, you get UFC on Saturday as well. So I'm excited for that.
Yep. Yeah, SP said he's live. Had to fast forward.
Had to fast forward to clear that up.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it as always. Lots of good questions here. We'll be in the Discord if you guys have more. So come hang out in the Discord after the show. Can answer more stuff there. Espo says no gym, no time for him. Is there always time for the gym, Chris?
I mean, it depends how your life is.
Yeah, that's true. I'm with you. But yeah, be in the Discord. Be back at it tomorrow, guys. So be sure to come back here. Hopefully it's a bigger slate. Do you know if it's a bigger slate, Chris? Friday should be a good slate, right?
Oh yeah, Thursday is usually in a normal season, we usually got like 2 game slates on Thursdays because it's the TNT date. They usually just go back to back to own all the NBA coverage on Thursdays, but this year we've been getting pretty lucky. But yeah, tomorrow's 11 games, so we're going to be right back at it.
Yeah. Last thing, Chris, why did Harkless get less minutes from Solo?
Well, I mean, Buddy Hield played.
Okay. Yeah, that's it, guys. See you all tomorrow. Good luck today, and see you in the Discord as well.